This is Susan with the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm, and we're in the swamp with Broody the Mud Dog and Merle. And today, I want to talk about my ayahuasca journey, or journeys. I've had several. I got interested in ayahuasca, probably about this time last year in 2017. And I started researching it on the internet and listening to podcasts like, I listened to Chris and Cherie Geo a bunch. And I listened to Frank Castle's podcast, Fearless. And I started getting really interested in it. So I did my research. And I ordered the ingredients. And told Randy we were going to do it, and he'll do anything I do. He don't care, you know. He don't care what he's doing as long as he's doing it with me. So I told him we were going to take ayahuasca, and I prepared him and I educated him a bit, and he's like, I don't know. Oh, okay. So we did it, and we did it at home without a shaman. We just sort of educated ourselves and knew what to expect. And we looked at it as a plant medicine, and we looked at it as something that was going to help us go within to see how, when we come back out, how we can improve our relationship, how we can just learn more about ourselves to be better to each other. Well, that was both of our intentions, I believe. Well, we took, first time we really didn't know what we were doing, so we took the plant matter in capsules. And it did the trick. We were sitting around and we were both so nervous. So, we just wanted to do something normal while we were waiting for the come up. So we were sitting there watching Andy Griffith because, that's just a time when everything was kinder and gentler. So we were watching that, and we watched a couple of episodes, and then I told Randy, I said, I think I'm feeling something. He's like, oh yeah? I'm like, yeah, I think I want to close my eyes. And I closed my eyes, and I saw these gears and mandalas, lots of gears, a machine. I saw the machine. It was clockworks, like. That's what they call them. It was kind of the clockworks. It was the mechanism of, I sort of understood it to be the interconnectedness, everything works together force. That's how it seemed to me. And I remember I saw these lights, and I told Randy, we were kind of talking a little bit, and I was like, hey, baby, the lights are here, and I want to go with them. So I just laid in my recliner. He laid on the couch, and I just sort of, let the light do its thing. And it was doing stuff to me. In my mind, in my brain, it was scanning me. It was scanning me like a scanner. I've taken it several times, but that was the only time it ever scanned me like a scanner. Like I felt that all up through my body, and more, it scanned my mind, my whole history. I had a sense that it was a bug made of glass. And this bug had, not really, okay, you know how a flea looks under a microscope? How it's transparent, and a flea's little feet go down into a little point? It had those little points in my mind, but not in my brain, but within it, was touching these touch points in my mind as it scanned me. And the whole time it's telling me to lay down or sit down or be down or go down and let it do its job. Get out of the way. It kept telling me to get out of the way. Just watch the lights, watch the colors, just watch. Let us do our job. I hadn't thought about this in such a long time. So I did. And then that's about all I can really find the language for. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. About that time I started to get really... No, Randy sat up and retched his guts out. And I sit up and I'm like, oh, man, are you okay? Because I know how bad he hates to throw up. So he surprised me. He was like, yeah, I'm so good. That was so good. And I was like, wow. And then the next thing I know is I'm getting my bucket and I'm purging. And he's like, are you okay? And I thought in my mind what I saw, that because it was dark in the room, we had the lights off, just kind of candlelight. In my mind, what I threw up was a mat of hair and all kinds of bad stuff. And it looked like something that would clog your bathroom sink drain. That's what, in my mind, I thought was coming out of me. And when it came, I was like, oh, I feel so much better. And then the voice in my head said, you don't have to throw up anymore. You can breathe through that. You can breathe it out anytime you want to. Just blow it out. I never forgot that. Afterwards, we both go and we get in the bed. And we just kind of laid there for a little while and let the medicine do its work in our minds. And it's not too much I can tell you about that, because, to tell you the truth, I don't remember most of it. Randy was so sweet for like 2 weeks after he did it, maybe longer, maybe 6 months. He kept saying, you know, something happened when we, and I don't know what it was on ayahuasca, but something made me want to be better. So that was probably my first ayahuasca experience, as the best I can explain it. I never saw an elf. I never saw some of the other things people talk about, like the Great Mother Spirit. I didn't see that. There was a presence, but it was cold. It was clinical. And it just kept telling me to just go down. Go down. Let us do our work. We're helping you. Go down. So I knew better than to fight it, so I guess I went down. But they kept telling me to do it, so I must have been getting up. You know, when you're at the dentist and you're under gas, and they are pulling a tooth and you're yelling, and they're saying, hey, shh, shh, scare my patients. It kind of reminded me of that. Like, hey, you know, because you're under gas, you just kind of do what the body does, you know, which there's pressure or something, and you kind of will, you know, vocalize. It kind of reminded me of that when they said, it was they, it was plural. They said, the lights said, go down, let us work. We're working on you. My life has greatly improved. A lot of the things that I was afraid of do not hold sway over me anymore. After the experience, I went and I played at an open mic night. And I used to have this horrible stage fright. I would just get shaky. I would forget the words to my song. I'd forget how to play my instrument. I just would become overwhelmed with anxiety getting on stage. After I did ayahuasca, I have had stage nerves and stage excitement, but I've never been afraid again. There's nothing to fear by getting on stage. I can get on stage. I have a reason to be there. You know, I got something to say. There's no reason to fear. Oh, they're the audience. They're here to see me, and this is my Grammy moment. Enjoy it. Live it up. This is the reason you practice, to go on stage. So why fear it? Nobody could have told me that. Nobody could have told me that. People tried to tell me that. I'd still get all verklempt. But that's one thing ayahuasca took away from me, was a lot of my fear. If you like this story, comment below. Tell me what you liked about it. And if you want to hear about some of my other ayahuasca experiences, because I did it again quite a few more times. And the last time, that's a good story. I'll tell you that one sometime. Until then, salute.